Welcome to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. I'm Tori Mystic, here with my dogs Lucy and Bert. Together, we're interviewing cool, creative women entrepreneurs in the pet industry. Do you dream of working alongside your dog? Then sit, stay, and listen to the latest episode to find the inspiration and resources that will help you grow your own dog-inspired business. Hey guys, Happy New Year. I'm so excited to release the first solo episode of 2019. I've also been hearing from so many new listeners lately. I've been getting a ton of mentions in my Instagram stories and DMs from people who say they have just discovered the show and are starting to listen. So if you're one of those people, please take a few seconds and leave me a review on iTunes if you can. It only takes a couple of minutes, I promise. You can do it right from the podcast app if you're listening to it on your iPhone or something like that. And reviews really help my show get more exposure and help me get bigger and better guests and more listeners and just help more women pursue their dream of working alongside their dogs. That's what we are all about here. So if you don't mind, I would really appreciate if you took a few seconds and did that. Hold on a second. I've got to get Bert out of the trash can. Bert! Stay out of the garbage. Okay, so on this episode today, I'm going to be talking about how to run a giveaway on your doggy Instagram account. So maybe you have an Instagram account just for your dog, or perhaps you have a pet industry business and you run an Instagram account. This episode is going to help you figure out what really works and what doesn't work based on my own experiences and give you a few different options on how you could run a really effective Instagram giveaway. So Instagram giveaways are a wonderful way to grow your account, to get exposure for your business or for your pet, to build relationships with brands and other accounts, and even to grow your email list. I'm going to go into details on that a little bit later. I'm going to outline a few different formats for your Instagram giveaways, listing their pros and cons, and also explaining how to run your giveaway in a way that adheres to the FTC and Instagram rules. So I think it's really important to always do things correctly based on the legal parameters of social media. A lot of people don't know about those, so I'm going to outline that a little bit because it's just something that sets you apart and makes you more professional with what you're doing on your social media. So whether it is big or small, what if your account has 1,000 followers or 100,000 followers, I definitely recommend that you host a giveaway on your Instagram account this year. So diving into that, there are some different formats like I mentioned. So one of the most popular formats of an Instagram giveaway is when a lot of people team up, a couple of different accounts are hosting it, and you probably have a couple of different brands who have donated prizes or given you prizes in some way. And the rules of the contest are something like you must follow all of these accounts. You must comment on this post, tagging friends or commenting to answer a question or something like that. And you get bonus entries if you share a screenshot of it on your own feed or on your Instagram stories or something like that. So that's one of the options. Another option that you could do is not require people to follow your account. Just say that it is required to comment on this post and tag a couple of friends in it. And that is the only requirement for entry. There's also another format that I have been playing around with in the past year that I think has been really effective. And that has been asking people to go to the link in my bio where they can enter via their email address. So commenting, liking, tagging, reposting, all that kind of stuff is not a requirement for entry. The only thing people have to do to enter the giveaway is click the link on your bio and enter their email address. So that's something I've been experimenting with. I am pretty obsessed with growing my email list. If you listen to the episode where I interviewed Barklin Grace founder, we talked a lot about email address and growing your email list and working on your email blast. masterclass and how effective that can be for your business, I'm pretty obsessed by it. And I'm always looking for ways to add more interested dog moms to my email list. So I love doing Instagram giveaways in this way. It's also really, really easy to track how many entries you get when you're doing it based on email collection. You can set up a really simple form. I use ConvertKit to host my emails. If you use MailChimp, or I'm guessing nobody uses Constant Contact, but if you use anything like that, it probably has a tool built in that you can make a landing page. You want to make it super duper simple. So you don't want to send them to your website because there's actually too many distractions on there. There's too much to click on. You really want to just send your Instagram people to a landing page where the only option for them is to enter their email address and enter your giveaway. That's going to give you the highest conversion rate. And so a conversion rate basically means how many people went to your landing page versus how many people actually completed the task and entered it. So you want to have a very high conversion rate. And the way to do that is to not have any other distractions on the page. So basically the page would say, enter for example, I did one earlier this year that was the Year of the Dog Mom giveaway. And it listed some of the prizes, and then it had a place to put their email address and a button to hit enter. And at the bottom, we added a disclosure that said, by entering this contest, you have agreed to share your contact information with the hosts who are hosting this. So it's really important in today to make sure that you're adhering to FTC guidelines. So if you are collecting data from people, like their email address, you have to tell them how you're going to be using that before they sign up. And if they don't want to be added to your list, then you have to give them an option to opt out of that. So usually in these kind of giveaways, if you're collecting a lot of email addresses, like on that first one, I think we had 600 email addresses we collected. I did another one around Thanksgiving time, and we collected, I think, over 1,000 email addresses. So we had over 1,000 individual people enter our giveaway, which was really, really awesome. When you do get those people joining your list, you'll usually get a lot of unsubscribes just because a lot of people have really just subscribed because they want to enter for a chance to win the awesome prizes that you've put together. Subscribe from your list. And I would tell you, don't be discouraged by that. You shouldn't be bothered by people unsubscribing because you want your list to be full of people who actually care about what you're doing. And if they don't really care about what you're doing, then I say sayonara. It's okay if they unsubscribe. So speaking of that sort of topic, what are you going to give away in your giveaway, right? It's really important that if you're doing a giveaway, and you can learn more about this. I actually have a whole online course called Instamistic, which teaches you how to grow your Instagram account with soul using the law of attraction. And the most important thing in growing your account is having it specific to a niche. And it's the same exact thing for giveaways. You want your giveaway to be really specific to your niche of your audience, and you want them to be like bananas crazy to enter this giveaway. So you want to put together some really awesome items that really appeal to your people. So is your account more outdoorsy? Do you do a lot of hiking stuff with your dogs? Or do you like to dress your dogs up in outfits and your followers really love that? Or do you take a lot of photos in front of murals? They love artwork, maybe something like that. Or maybe your account is full of dog moms. It depends on who your audience is to determine what you want to give away in a really awesome and effective giveaway on Instagram. So for most of my giveaways, I partner with other dog mom accounts. And for me, I define that as accounts that feature the woman behind the account and the dogs almost equally on the account. I don't partner with a ton of accounts that are just dogs, but there are some that I'm friends with that we partner with. For example, Maggie Loves Orbit. You can actually listen to a podcast episode with Hannah from Maggie Loves Orbit early on in the show. And we talk about a lot of Instagram things. She's an Instagram genius. And her account is pretty much just her dogs, except she is featured a lot on her stories. And so I would definitely define her as a dog mom account. even though it's mostly her dogs in her feed. But anyhow, you want to partner up with people who are really, really tightly knit into whatever your topic is. And this is sort of, I think, where a lot of people get hung up, because you might see other people who are doing exactly what you're doing as your competition. But I want to tell you that they're not your competition. We're all in this together, and there is plenty of room for everyone. And if you partner with other people who are doing something really similar to what you're doing, then their audience is going to respond positively to what you're doing as well. So you can see how partnering with other people, in my case, other dog moms, maybe in your case, it's other outdoorsy dog accounts, or maybe it's other people who are, individual makers or other dog sitters in other cities or things like that, where you can put together a really awesome giveaway that appeals to your particular audience. Okay, so how are you going to get these products that you plan on giving away? So I would recommend that you reach out to some different brands. Brands love to contribute products to giveaways like this because it gets their products out to to their target audience as well. So just like you want to partner with other accounts as hosts who are in your niche, you want to make sure that the products and the brands that you're reaching out to are in your niche. So if you are a dog walker or dog sitter, maybe you want to put together some kind of a package that would be really great for your clients. So maybe it is a planner, like a desktop paper planner, so that you guys can keep track of who's walked the dog when, who's given the dog their medicine, etc. Maybe you even put together a gift card to WAG or Rover or something like that. Whatever service it is that you're on, you can actually purchase those items yourself and give them away, and they don't have to be affiliated with the brand. Or you could reach out to them and see if maybe WAG or Rover would want to give you a gift card to give away. You never know, and it never hurts to ask. So in terms of actually asking, you can reach out to people through DMs. If it's a smaller brand, that can usually be a really good way to contact them because people are always checking their DMs on Instagram. I also think it's really professional if you send someone an email. Just do a little bit of extra research. You can probably find their email address in their Instagram bio. If it's a really big company like Rover or something like that, you might want to actually search LinkedIn and find out who at their company does marketing. A marketing person would be a really great contact to get some kind of a donation for a giveaway. And you might want to pitch it to them as a partnership rather than a donation. So unless you're having some kind of a charitable component, I would kind of shy away from using the word donation when you are approaching brands. Now, in terms of the size of the package that you're giving away, you can totally do an Instagram giveaway just on your own, giving away some sort of a small prize. But your entries are probably going to reflect that. So you're probably going to get a smaller pool of entries. If you partner with other accounts similar to yours and put together a prize pack that's really valuable, then you're going to get a lot more entries. So on some giveaways that I've done, people have gone way over the top, actually gotten way more prizes than I would ever pursue myself. I think the last giveaway, we had like $1,800 worth of stuff. And that's the one where we collected over 1,000 email addresses. And so that was like really crazy. And it worked out really well because there were probably 10 of us who were hosting it. And so everyone was reaching out to sponsors on their own. And so we sort of had collective power in that, and that we could get a lot of really valuable prizes together. If you're doing it just on your own, you might not have that much time to go pursue such huge prizes, and it's totally okay to give away something on your own. You could give away something that you make yourself, something from your own business. It's a really great way if you're, for example, releasing a new product. You might want to do a giveaway where people tag others in the comment in order to sort of gain exposure and gain awareness about a new product. I'm going to be coming out with some Valentine's Day themed products in my online store, and I really would like to do a giveaway based around that. And for that, I'm probably not going to collect email addresses. I think I'm going to do it that you tag people in the comments, because I'm going to want immediate eyeballs on my products. Since Valentine's Day comes up very quickly after New Year's and people need to order things in advance to get them made, I want to have instant eyeballs. And the best way to do that is by having people tag other people in the comments. It's really about like the goals that you have. You want to think about, is this a long-term thing? When I'm collecting email addresses, that's more of a long-term thing. I want to have those people in my pocket for years to come so I can email them about any new exciting announcements related to my business. But if I'm doing a product launch and I want to sell things immediately, I might want to have people tag others in the comments because it's going to get more immediate attention and more immediate eyeballs on my post.
Sorry to interrupt the interview, but I would love to see what you're doing while you catch up with the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. Take a screenshot of this episode in your podcast player or snap a selfie with your earbuds in. Bonus points if it's on a dog walk, and share it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at @TMystic. I'll keep an eye out for mentions, and I would love to give you a shout out from my own account. Okay, now back to the episode.
Now, speaking of the actual post that I do, I've seen a lot of people doing giveaways where they put text over the image and it'll say giveaway, and maybe it's a bunch of cutout images that they're giving away. Now, I think that can work really well if you have other similar images in your feed. If you use text or quote images a lot in your feed, it might fit in and not look that bad. But for me, on my account, I know that a post that's just text and products is going to tank. It's not going to get a lot of eyeballs. For me, my best performing posts, and I determine this by looking at the insights on my Instagram account, my best performing posts are ones that feature me and my dogs together, or a super close-up picture of my dogs looking at the camera, kind of like a boop your nose style photo. So for giveaways, I try to use a photo that I know is going to perform really, really well. And then I might use the carousel feature to have pictures of the giveaway items or some kind of a graphic as the second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever image in the carousel. That way my feed still looks beautiful. It's still going to get a lot of eyes on it. I know the post is going to perform well, but I can also shout out the things that I'm giving away. Now, another tip I want to give you about your giveaway is to tell everyone about it like 8 million times. So don't just put up one post and just leave it out there and hope and pray that someone takes action on it. You want to put up that post and maybe post the next day and maybe post the day after that. If you're doing something where people tag other people in the comments, I think 3 days is a really good time period to host your giveaway for, because a little bit longer than that, things sort of start to disappear out of people's feeds and it starts to get a little bit too old. So I would aim for like a 3-day entry period. If you're going to do something where you're collecting emails and you're directing people to the link in your bio, I've done as long as 7 to 10 days, since I can just keep directing people to the link in my bio rather than directing people to go to a post that is maybe like 3 or 4 rows down in my feed. It's kind of hard to find. So tell people about things many, many, many times. Each day of your giveaway, make sure to mention it in your caption of your post. You might even, if you're just posting once a day, you might even want to post twice a day during the period of your giveaway so that you can really let people know about it. You also want to do Instagram stories. If you have the actual prizes in your possession, do Instagram stories where you show people what they are and why they're so amazing and why they should enter this giveaway. You also want to tell them how easy it is to enter this giveaway. People's time is very valuable and they have a very short attention span. So if they can enter something very quickly and have the potential to win an awesome prize, then I think they're totally going to do it. You just have to explain it to them in layman's terms. Now, there's also Instagram Lives, and Instagram Live is really cool because it gives people an alert that you've gone live, and it's also viewable for 24 hours after you've shared it, after you published it. And so a live can be a great way that you talk about your giveaway. People can also interact and ask questions. A really cool thing on Instagram Live that doesn't get used all that often is having co-hosts. So you can actually host it with one other person. I'm not sure, you might even be able to do more than 2 people. But I know that with 2 people, you can co-host an Instagram Live where you have a split screen. So if you're doing a giveaway with other people, try and find a time when you're all going to be available, or at least a couple other people are going to be available, and you can do some split screens so that everyone's audience will get alerted about it, and you kind of grow your exposure for the giveaway and for your account as a whole. So, okay, just to recap, I know I've been going in a million different directions with this, but there's a few different ways you can do your Instagram giveaway. So one of the options is having people tag a friend, or tag 3 friends in the comments, something like that. Another option is to have people go to the link in your bio where they go to a landing page and enter their email address. They're both really great for different purposes. Tagging a friend, I think, is great if you want immediate eyeballs on your giveaway. And having people entering their email address to win is great if you want more longer term contacts that you can keep emailing for years to come. One of the things I didn't really mention yet, but I'm going to try to explain quickly, is contests that are very complicated, that require many steps to enter, aren't going to get very many entries. So if you see a contest, you might be familiar with the term a loop giveaway, where you need to click on one person's bio and follow them, and then you click on the next person's bio and follow them. And you have to kind of follow all these breadcrumbs and follow all these accounts. The problem with that is a lot of those don't tell you up front how many you're going to have to follow. And when I've done them before, I usually abandon it halfway through because it's just too tedious and it's too much work. So I would not advise that you do a loop style giveaway because it's just hard for people to participate in. I also wouldn't recommend doing a giveaway where someone is required to repost your photo. On my account, for example, I only feature my own photos or professional photos that have been taken of me and my dogs. So reposting someone else's photo is just something I would never do. So I'm never going to enter that contest. And I bet you there's a lot of other people like that as well. I think asking people to get bonus entries if they share it to their stories can be effective, but I wouldn't make that your sole mode of entry because your entries are just going to go way down. So make it super simple for people. I also don't think that you have to require people to follow you. I think that if your account is really good and you have good content, people will just follow you automatically. So I think to get the most amount of entries, you want to make it super duper simple. So either have people tag friends in the comments for entry or enter their email address on a landing page for entry. So those are the 2 simplest ways, and those are the 2 ways that I recommend you do it. I also talked about when you're doing your giveaway, you want to make sure it is really tightly connected to your niche. So if you're partnering with other hosts, make sure that they are very similar accounts to yours. Maybe you want to do a breed-specific giveaway or an adventure dog giveaway or a dog walker giveaway or a stylish dog mom giveaway or something like that. But make sure that your hosts are very, very similar to your account. Likewise, with the prizes that you're giving away, you want to make sure that they are very connected to your niche as well, and that your audience is going to be vying for these giveaway prizes. So make them as good as you possibly can. Get together as many high value, awesome, desirable pieces that you possibly can get. In my experience, custom artwork is really, really a great prize that people love. People also love getting prize packs of treats and food and accessories and things like that. So just try to put together really high value, awesome prizes that you can either collect from brands who might give them to you just so they can get the added exposure of the giveaway, or you can also consider buying things. There's nothing wrong with that. You can just go ahead and buy a PetSmart gift card or something like that and give away $100 PetSmart gift card if you are interested in going that route. That's totally cool. Just make sure that your co-hosts and that your prizes are things that that your audience is really going to connect with. And then finally, I want to talk a little bit about FTC and Instagram rules. So if your items have been donated to you, I would make sure that you somehow tell people about that in your giveaway, in the caption on your photo or in your Instagram stories, or however you're talking about your giveaway. I would say thank you to our sponsors, or use hashtag sponsored or hashtag ad somewhere in your caption. You can also look and see at other people's giveaways. Usually at the bottom, they'll have a couple of disclosures like this giveaway is not affiliated with Instagram in any way. If you're buying prizes, like if you bought a gift card to PetSmart, you might also want to put that this giveaway is not affiliated with PetSmart, because that would just kind of protect you a little bit more. There are not really specific FTC guidelines about giveaways, but there are a lot about sponsored posts. So if you're in any way being compensated to do this giveaway, you need to make it really, really clear to your audience that this is a sponsored post or an ad. It's just better for you. It protects you. It protects the brand. And it shows that you really know what you're doing and that you are totes profesh. And then finally, as a last reminder, tell people about your giveaway as many times as possible. So do extra posts about it, do extra Instagram stories about it, do an Instagram live that you co-host with your other hosts. Basically, just make sure that there's no way that your followers don't know about this giveaway. So I hope this was a really helpful episode. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm so happy to have so many new listeners on the show. Sometimes I feel a little awkward doing solo episodes because it's just me talking. So please let me know if you enjoy these or if you prefer the interviews. And if you have any recommendations on who you would love to hear from, just shoot me an email, Tori@wearwagrepeat.com, or you can also reach out to me on Instagram @tmystic. Happy New Year!
Thank you for listening to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. You can fetch show notes at wearwagrepeat.com. If you like what you hear, please hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, we'll see you around the dog park.